Time now for the Bullpen Show, where we get a chance to warm up for today's Colfax Viking baseball game. Now, let's head out to the bullpen.
Hello and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and today we are excited to bring you the 5-8 Colfax Vikings taking on the 12-5 Boyceville Bulldogs, who are 9-4 in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference. This will be the Vikings' final conference game of the season prior to wrapping up the season with a non-conference game and heading into the WIAA regional play next week. Now, coming into today's game, the Vikings are coming off a 6-4 win over the Spring Valley Cardinals on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs are coming off a tight 5-4 loss to the Elk Mound Mounders also on Tuesday. Now, coming up in today's bullpen show, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Vikings and the Bulldogs. Then we'll get to know one of the Viking players in Viking Profile, and then we'll send it out to the ballpark for some exciting high school boys baseball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to the Bullpen Show on NLWN-TV.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
Welcome back to the bullpen, where we're getting warmed up for today's game between the Colfax Vikings and the Boyceville Bulldogs. Now, coming into this game, the Vikings are coming off a 6-4 win over the Spring Valley Cardinals back on Tuesday. In the Vikings win over the Cardinals, the Vikings fell behind 3-0 after 2 innings. Now, that's when the Viking bats woke up, scoring 4 runs in the third. And after the Cardinals tied the game at 4 each in the 5th inning, the Vikings answered with 2 runs of their own in the bottom of the frame. The Vikings held on to win the game, ending it on a spectacular line drive to the glove of shortstop Zach Hedela, who fired a perfect throw to first base to double off the Spring Valley runner, who couldn't get back in time. Now, leading the way at the plate for the Vikings was junior Drew Beekner, who went 3 for 4 and scored 3 runs, as well as extending his team lead in stolen bases by 3 for a total of 17. Ryan Nichols picked up 2 RBIs when he laced a double to right field in the 3rd inning. And also picking up a hit and scoring a run for the Vikings was Mason Yarrington, Zach Hedela, Grant Cook, and Connor Arnson, who, by the way, picked up his first hit of the season. Also getting his first hit of the season was Grant Palowitz. Now, Yarrington was the starting pitcher and picked up his 5th win of the season by going 5 1/3 innings. Picking up the save was Orion Nichols, who pitched the final inning and 2/3 of shutout ball. Now, the Bulldogs come into today's game boasting a 12-5 overall record and are 9-4 in the Dunn-St. Croix. Boyceville's coming off a close loss to the conference champion Elk Mound Mounders by a score of 5-4. Now, so far this season, the Bulldogs have been led at the plate by Carson Romehild, who's hitting at a .519 pace, including 7 doubles and a home run. Other Bulldogs hitting over 400 include Zach Kirsten at .436, Braden Romehild at .407, and Devin Helema at .404. Helema has also belted a home run, as have Nick Olson and Owen Rydell. On the mound, the Bulldogs are led by Carson Romehild, who has a 5-0 record with a save and an ERA of 2.62. The workhorse of the staff is Landon Leslie, who's pitched 38 1/3 innings, striking out 52 with an ERA of 3.29. On the season, leading the Vikings at the plate is Drew Beekner, who's hitting at a .308 average. Beekner also leads the team in stolen bases with 17. He's followed by Grant Cook, who's batting .265, and Zach Hedela hitting at a .250 pace. Ryan Nichols has also belted a home run along with 3 doubles. On the mound, Yarrington is leading the way for the Vikings with a 5-win, 5-loss record and has a 2.83 ERA. He struck out 63 opponents in 47 innings pitched with a whip of 1.49. Zach Hila follows with an ERA of 4.32 and a whip of 1.97. And Orion Nichols also has an ERA of 4.32 and has a whip of 1.64. Coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Viking players on Viking Profile. You're warming up in the bullpen on NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. And now Viking Profile.
All right, today on Viking Profile, we're talking with Drew Buechner, who's a junior here at Colfax High School. And Drew, we know that you play baseball, but are you involved in any other activities here at school?
I play football, and that's it.
Okay. Now, when did you start playing baseball, and what kind of an experience has that been for you?
I started playing baseball in probably first grade when they started T-ball, and I've played every year since.
Okay. So what's the most important thing that you've learned playing baseball?
Definitely hard work. Just put in the time and effort, and good things will show.
And although there are some natural baseball players, those skills don't necessarily come naturally. You've got to work on them, don't you?
Yes, totally.
So when you're not playing baseball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
I do a lot of hunting and fishing, a lot of outdoor stuff, being in the woods, stuff like that.
Okay, a couple rapid fire questions for you here. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Which kind?
White macadamia nut.
Ooh, good choice. I don't think I've had anybody say that in a long time. Okay, burger, brat, or hot dog?
Burger.
What do you want on that burger?
Just some onions and ketchup.
Okay, favorite color and why?
Blue, it's just always come natural for me. It's been the first color I've ever picked.
Okay. If you could have a superpower, what do you think that superpower might be and why?
Probably super strength.
Super strength, okay. Ball flies over the outfield fence if you've got the super strength, right?
Yeah, and then I can just tackle the fence down too.
Okay. All right. And if you have super strength as a power, of course you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what's Drew's superhero name?
The Big D.
The Big D. Okay, now when we talked to Orion, it was the Big O, and now it's the Big D. All right. Which would make you guys kind of odd. Yeah. All right. Is there a baseball player who inspired you as you grew up?
Probably Ryan Braun.
Okay, and what about his game kind of got your attention?
He's just a contact hitter. He doesn't go for a lot of power and just that.
Okay, you been to a major league game?
Yes.
Okay, what about your first major league game that you remember the most?
Probably the atmosphere, just the lights and stuff, and the intros and stuff like that.
The showmanship involved, right? Yeah, okay. All right. We're talking with Drew Buechner today on Viking Profile. And Drew, what are your plans for after high school?
I plan to go into the workforce or do some sort of trade and go to CVTC.
To the family.
I'd like to thank Mom, Dad, and my grandparents for coming to every game and supporting me.
All right. When people come to Viking games, where are they going to find Drew Buechner on the field?
I'll be behind the plate and maybe playing a little bit of infield.
All right. We want to thank Drew Buechner for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more The Bullpen Show.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
Welcome back to the Bullpen Show. Today the Vikings will take on the Boyceville Bulldogs to wrap up their 2024 Dunn-St. Croix Conference schedule. Now, taking a look around the Dunn-St. Croix Conference, on Tuesday the Vikings defeated the Spring Valley Cardinals 6-4, and the Elk Mound Mounders kept their conference record perfect by defeating the Boyceville Bulldogs 5-4. Meanwhile, a couple of Dunn-St. Croix teams stepped out of conference play for some non-conference action. The Mondovi Buffaloes defeated the Aliva Strum Cardinals 4-2, and the Pepin Alma Eagles topped the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 5-3. Now that all leaves the Dunn-St. Croix Conference standings as follows. In first place are the Elk Mound Mounders with a perfect 13-0 record. In second place, we find the Mondovi Buffaloes 3 games back at 10-3. In third place are the Boyceville Bulldogs, 4 games back at 9-4. And in fourth place and 7 games out are the Spring Valley Cardinals. Fifth place finds the Colfax Vikings at 5-8 and 8 games back, while the Durand, Arkansas Panthers at 4-8 occupy sixth place, 8.5 games back, while in seventh place are the Glenwood City Hilltoppers, 9 games back, and eighth place belongs to the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. Now tonight, the Dunn-St. Croix Conference concludes conference play for the 2024 season. In addition to the Boyceville Bulldogs traveling to Colfax to take on the Vikings, we have the Elk Mound Mounders heading over to Durand to face the Durand, Arkansas Panthers, while the Mondovi Buffaloes travel to Spring Valley to face the Cardinals, and the Elmwood Plum City Wolves play host to the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. Now the Vikings finally put hitting, fielding, and pitching together to earn their victory over the Spring Valley Cardinals. If the Vikings continue to play like that, they could become a dangerous team heading into the WIAA tournament play. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs are still trying to capture the number 2 spot in the Dunn-St. Croix, as well as tune up for tournament play. So the stage is set for some exciting high school baseball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment, I'll join our broadcast crew at Colfax High School as we bring you all the action of today's Dunn-St. Croix Conference battle between the Colfax Vikings and the Boyceville Bulldogs. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to The Bullpen Show on NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Yeah, I think one of the things us veterans are hoping for is soon the cabin will be built.
It's going to be amazing to be able to come to a place like this and stay at a cabin with amazing people, animals, a view, and get away from it all.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin, giving Wisconsin veterans and their families a much-needed escape in the Northwoods. Donations of any amount are encouraged, and sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
You've been tuned to The Bullpen Show, where we've had an opportunity to get warmed up for today's Colfax Viking baseball game. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking baseball.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Colfax Vikings baseball is on the air.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, runner on second. Heedle delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, along with Colfax High School, proudly present today's Colfax Vikings baseball game.
Swing strike, but the ball gets away and in to score, and a walk-off victory for the Vikings on a wild pitch.
Now, it's out to the ballpark and today's Colfax Viking baseball game.
And good afternoon and welcome to Colfax High School. Rick Olson along with Joe Doucette, Amanda Lemler on the computer, Dan Petchow on the camera, and holy cow, Joe, we don't even have time to do starting lineups. They're getting ready to roll.
Okay. Leading off for the Boyceville Bulldogs, center fielder Braden Romehill.
Zach Hedela on the mound for the Vikings, and he starts his motion and delivers the first pitch. Popped up into the infield, coming in as Mason Yarrington, and he bounced out of his glove. So Braden Romehill is on first on an error by Mason Yarrington. That'll bring up Nick Olson playing left field. Taking a look at the Vikings defensively behind the plate, Drew Beekner. Grant Cook is over at third, Mason Yarrington at short, Grant Pelowitz at second, and Orion Nichols at first. Throw over to first, and that was close, but he got back in. Austin Coates, Kate Anderson, and Connor Arntzen are the outfield going from left to right. Pitch is high, throw down to second, and just a hair late. Romehill is safe at second. This is Braden Romehill. Nick Olson.
Yeah, great athlete, the Romehill boys.
Nick Olson is at the plate. On deck is Carson Romehill. Curveball, and it was high and away. 2 balls, no strikes to Nick Olson. And there's a high pop-up, foul out of play. Two balls and a strike. Nobody out, runner on second. Here's the pitch. It's down low for a ball. 3-1 now is the count to Nick Olson. And the pitch. And ball 4. Olson draws the walk. So we have runners at first and second. Carson Romehill comes to the plate. Bulldogs come into the game with a record of 9 wins and 4 losses in the Dunn-St. Croix. Here's the pitch. Runners go, throw down to third, and they didn't get him. So both runners have a stolen base.
The Bulldogs lost a tough one to Elk Mound recently, Rick, and one of the top teams in the state, so they're a good, solid team.
Yeah, 1-run game.
Yeah, 8 innings, I think.
Ground ball over to third and off the glove of Cook over there at third and safe at first, and a run comes in. And I think that's going to be an error on Cook.
Yeah, I think so.
That one just missed. 1 ball, no strikes. And a strike called as he squared the bunt. Both runners advance. This is Devin Halama, the pitcher. So runners at second and third. It's Olson at third. Romehill at second. Pop foul out of play. On deck is Zach Kirsten, the designated hitter. And the pitch. It's outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners take their lead. That one is low and in the dirt. Nicely blocked that time by Drew Beekner. He delivers, and it's strike 3 called.
Big pitch by Zach Hedela getting out there, Rick.
So that brings up Zach Kirsten, the designated hitter. Boy, that didn't miss by much, Joe.
No, it didn't.
Our in and out angle isn't the greatest here, but it was, for height, it was right where it needed to be. Swing and a miss for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to third, picked up by Cook, throw over to first, and it's in time. 1 run comes in.
Nice play by Grant Cook. He ranged far to his left and made a nice solid throw.
Kirsten will pick up an RBI on that as Nick Olson came in to score, making it 2-0. Bulldogs on top. Paul Kirshner is at the plate, and the first pitch is a called strike. Kirshner playing third base. And the pitch. That missed outside. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, foul down the third base line.
It wasn't fouled by much, but
No, it was fair when it hopped before the bag. It was foul after the bag. It didn't cross over the bag, but it didn't miss by much.
we got a great angle here.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So for the Boyceville Bulldogs, they picked up 2 runs on no hits. There were 2 Viking errors, and 1 was left on base. So we played a half inning, and it's the Bulldogs 2 and the Vikings nothing on NLWN-TV.
Kyle's Market in Colfax, locally owned since 2007 and is a proud supporter of Colfax High School scholarship and athletics. Kyle's meat department is second to none, and they're known for their homemade smoked meats. Don't forget the fresh veggies, cheese, and frozen foods. Kyle's Market has got it all. Kyle's Market is your hometown market where customer service is supersized. They'll even carry your groceries out to your car. That's Kyle's Market in Colfax.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. And Joe, why don't you run through the starters or the batting order for the Vikings?
You bet, Rick. For Coach Kirk Seacrest, Colfax Vikings. Leading off, the catcher, Drew Beekner. Batting second, the center fielder, Cade Anderson. Batting third, playing shortstop, Mason Yarrington. Batting fourth and pitching, Zach Hedela. Batting fifth, first baseman, Orion Nichols. Batting sixth, third baseman, Grant Cook. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Caleb Bailey. Batting eighth, playing right field, Connor Arnson. Batting ninth, second baseman, Grant Palowitz. And playing left field is Austin Coates.
And so leading off for the Vikings is Drew Beekner, who finally got his batting average up over the 300 mark.
Yeah. He's a big key going forward. Such a good athlete, and if he gets on, he runs.
He's leading the team in stolen bases with 17.
Yeah.
First pitch to Beekner is high. Devin Halama on the mound. Tall right-hander. And the 1-0 pitch is down low for a ball. And the 2-0 pitch is inside. 3 balls, no strikes to Drew Buechner. And that one got him in the elbow. Even though it would have been ball 4, it still goes in the book as hit by pitch. That had to hurt a little bit, though, because I could hear it all the way over here.
Yeah.
Thunk the elbow.
You know, we'll see if he'll run Buechner right away, Rick.
I would think so.
Yeah, I do too.
Kate Anderson at the plate.
Yep,
there goes Buechner. Throw down to second, and Buechner is in safely. And the pitch was high. It was almost a pitch out. And there's a strike at the letters. And the throw over to second, and Buechner gets back in safely. You know, Joe, that move to second is the hardest for a pitcher to perfect.
Yeah.
And Halama looked
pretty comfortable.
Yeah, he looked like he was able to make that.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. And it's fouled back. Here I was correcting you all along on how to do his name, and I've been doing it wrong.
Yeah.
The whole game. It's Halama. So Halama looks in and delivers and foul back out of play.
You know, Boyceville with that Halama, and they full of good athletes. You know, the Rome Hill boys, and very well coached team, and quite a challenge for us today.
And the pitch. Foul back, out of play.
Yeah, Cade, if he could at least get Drew to third here, that would be a great at-bat.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Cade Anderson. Buechner with his lead. And the pitch, it's high for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. High and away, ball 3. So he's worked the count full. And the pitch. Fly ball out onto left field. That's going to get past him and roll out to the fence. Rounding third and coming in to score is going to be Buechner as Kate Anderson checks in at second base. So give Kate Anderson an RBI as Buechner comes in to score.
Great at bat. You know, same thing, Rick. If Mason could get him to third, and, you know, a great at bat would be to hit one in the gap, but just get him to third.
Mason Yarrington at the plate. Ground ball
That's
right back up the middle, and throw over to first is in time, but he did exactly what you said, Joe.
Yeah.
He moved him over to third. Taking a look at the Bulldogs defensively, Kirsten's at third, Carson Romehild at short, Sell is at second, Hellendrung at first, Rydell behind the plate, Olson in left, Romehild in center. And the first pitch to Zach Hedela is inside for a ball. And Leslie is in right. And, of course, Devin Halama on the mound. The pitch. Line shot right up the middle, and a run comes in to score to tie the game. And Hedela checks in at first. Good, solid base hit right up the middle. Still 1 out. Ryan Nichols comes to the plate. Hit a big double on Tuesday in that win over Spring Valley. And foul back.
You know, it's great to see that top of the order come through, Rick.
Yeah, those bats are starting to show some real signs of life.
Yeah.
And the pitch, runner goes, Hedela safe. That was a close play at second. He just barely got under it.
Yeah, good throw by Rydell.
No balls, 2 strikes to Nichols. And it's fouled back again. Grant Cook getting his steps in, retrieving those foul balls. Fly ball foul on the left side, and it's out of play. And the pitch is a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's a shot out into right field, and it's foul. We got all of that one, though, Joe.
Yeah. And we talked about Nichols. We think he's going to be a awfully good hitter.
Halama at the belt and delivers. It's outside. Counts even at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up Grant Cook. Vikings still have that runner in scoring position in Hedela. And Cook swings and misses, but it gets by the catcher, and Hedela's over at third.
I've heard good things about that Halama kid, and he's got the C on his shirt, represents captain, and that's always a great sign of respect.
And there's a called strike. And that C is usually something a player has to really do.
Yeah, got to earn it.
Yeah, they've really got to earn it and show leadership.
Yeah.
Swung on a miss, drop third strike, heading down to first, and he's going to beat it out. And in to score is Hedela. That one goes in the book as a strikeout with an error on the catcher. First pitch to Caleb Bailey is a little low for a ball. So the Vikings have taken a 3-2 lead. Check swing, foul. No, it wasn't foul.
No.
It was that sound I heard was off the glove. Because Cook checked in at second.
Yeah, I think that's a pass ball. Halama threw that one a little harder.
2 balls and a strike now to Caleb Bailey. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Soft liner, foul. Just foul down the first base line.
He got in on his hands a little bit.
That one's high. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, runner on second. And the payoff pitch. Ground ball to first and the chase to the bag. And it was Hellendrung winning the run. But the Vikings pick up 3 runs on 3 hits. There was an error. and 1 left on base. So we've played a full inning, and it's the Vikings 3 and the Boyceville Bulldogs 2 on NLWN-TV.
Plumbing problems got you down? Let the skilled folks at H&H Plumbing in Colfax make sure everything is flowing just as it should. Or maybe you're thinking about adding a gas line for a new stove, fireplace, or hot tub. H&H Plumbing can help with that as well. H&H Plumbing in Colfax, established in 2000, has earned a 5-star rating on Angie.com. So, whatever your plumbing needs, call H&H Plumbing in Colfax at 715-962-4155.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame. Our next game will be on Saturday, May 18th, as the Cavaliers take on the Spooner Cardinals from Merchant Park in Spooner. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:30, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on NLWN-TV on Saturday, May 18th.
And we're back at Colfax High School, and I stand corrected on the scoring in the last inning. It was 3 runs on 2 hits. One of those, there was a third hit, so to speak, because the ball hit the batter.
Yeah.
But it doesn't count that way. And the first pitch is called strike to Wyatt Sell. And swing and a miss for strike 2. Sell is playing second base for the Bulldogs.
That was a great bounce back inning, Rick.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Swing and a miss on the curveball. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Zach did a great job limiting the damage in the first inning.
And here's the pitch. That's a call. Oh, it was inside for a ball. Landon Leslie is at the plate. Oh, he did call it a strike.
Yeah, good pitch.
There's a shot over to second, picked up by Palowitz, throw to first in time.
Grant's another good athlete with a lot of potential.
And he got his first hit on Tuesday against Spring Valley, and he was pretty tickled about that.
Yeah, I would be too. He runs well.
Zach Hellendrung at the plate. Pitches outside for a ball. And the pitch. That was inside.
Yeah. Drung, another one of the great Boyceville athletes.
And the pitch. That was outside. 3 balls, no strikes to Hellendrung. And the pitch. That's a called strike. Pat Plummer behind the plate. Joe Baudry on the bases. Here's the pitch. And it's ball 4. Two down, runner on first, and back to the top of the order. Braden Romehill got on an error to Yarrington. Yarrington had it land right in his glove and pop right back out of there like a Pop-Tart in a toaster.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Good curveball there.
And a high pop foul out of play.
Remember last year we liked Romehill, how he played center field and ran down a lot of stuff.
Here's the pitch. Throwing down to second, and then safely is Hellendrung. Pitch was low for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hedela delivers. That just missed outside.
Yeah, Braden and Carson, sons of Brian, who is their assistant coach, and just a great guy.
And the pitch. Curveball just missed inside. Full count now to Romehild. This is Braden Romehild. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. So, for the Bulldogs, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We've played an inning and a half, and it's the Bulldogs 2, but the Vikings have 3 on NLWN-TV.
Banking on relationships.
When you hear the word free, do you automatically become just a little suspicious? At Dairy State Bank, our free checking is just that, free. You receive a free debit card, unlimited check writing, no minimum balance, and no monthly fees. Plus, online and mobile banking is free. For more information, visit dairystatebank.com or stop in at any of our 12 locations. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason. Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Back at Colfax High School, leading off for the Vikings in the bottom of the second inning. The number 8 hitter, Connor Arntzen, and he'll be followed by Grant Palowitz. As I was saying to Joe, 2 of the hot hitters on the team. They both got their first hits of the season on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's great to see.
First pitch is inside for a ball, and they'll be followed by Drew Beekner. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike.
Yeah, if Connor keeps working, I think he's got a great future.
And the pitch, that one's high. 2 balls and a strike to Connor Arntzen, the right fielder today. High pop-up. It could stay fair. No, it's going foul, moving over, and making the catch is Nick Olson. That'll bring up Grant Palowitz, who seems to be settling into that second base spot very nicely. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, good swing.
Yeah, he just swung under it a little bit.
Yeah.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Halama's just coming with the heat right now. Except this is a good time for the breaking ball.
Yeah.
And Palowitz got a piece of it. Put it back into the screen.
Halama's got a little more command this inning than he did in the first inning. Just around the plate more.
Here's the pitch. That's high. A ball and 2 strikes. Halama delivers. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away. Heading down to first base is Palowitz. And the ball got there just ahead of him, and Helendrung kept his foot on the bag. So it goes in the book as a strikeout. That takes us to the top of the order, and Drew Beekner. Swing and a miss for a strike. And that pitch is off the plate. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Roaming under it is Carson Romehild, and he makes the catch. Or excuse me, that's Brandon Romehild. But nonetheless, he made the catch. And for the Vikings, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 2 innings, and it's the Vikings 3 and the Boyceville Bulldogs 2 on NLWN-TV.
Known for its well-manicured grounds and greens, Whitetail Golf Course is an 18-hole golf course carved into the countryside of northwest Wisconsin. They can host your next golf outing, wedding and reception, reunion, birthday, anniversary, or other social event. On Friday nights, come out to Whitetail for their famous Friday night fish, shrimp, and chicken dinner served from 5 to 9 every Friday evening through October. Conveniently located between Colfax and Elk Mound, Whitetail Golf Course is just a 15-minute drive from both Eau Claire and Menominee.
NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to take you out to the ballpark for Colfax Viking baseball. Our next game will be on Tuesday, May 21st, when the Vikings wrap up their 2024 regular season by hosting the Cochrane Fountain City Pirates in a non-conference matchup. Our coverage begins with the Bullpen Show, where we'll warm you up for baseball action starting at 4:40 p.m. That's Colfax High School baseball on Tuesday, May 21st.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Back here at Colfax High School, Rick Olson along with Joe Doucette. Amanda Lemler is on the computer and doing a great job there. Dan Petchow giving you the great views of the game on the camera. And Zach Hedela giving us the pitches from the mound, and curveball, called strike. Nope, he called it a ball. He must have been outside.
Yeah. Olson, another captain, done a lot for Boyceville.
And that one missed. Ball 2. He must be just missing outside. This is Nick Olson at the plate.
Yeah.
There's a called strike.
I think that's Zach's best fastball.
And the pitch. That missed low. 3 balls and a strike. Hitter's pitch to Nick Olson. And the pitch swung on a miss. Strike 2. So the count goes full. Hedela delivers. And a shot out into center field for a base hit. Olson checks in at first. That'll bring up Carson Romehild. Got on an error his first time up.
I think Olson, a great athlete, he's going to run early.
Squares and throw down to second is off the mark, and Nick Olson in safely. That's his 3rd stolen base of the game. And the pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's the pitch. Line shot out into left field, being fielded quickly out there by Coates, who gets the ball in, and they hold up Olson at 3rd.
Carson Romehild hit that very hard.
But Coates didn't have to go very far to field it.
He plays a good left field.
That brings up Devin Halama. Struck out his first time up, went down looking. First pitch is a ball. And Romehild took off for second as they had runners on the corners.
Yep.
The Vikings had a play on.
Yep.
Swing and a miss for strike two. Mason Yarrington came across from his shortstop and jumped, caught the ball, and was ready to get Olsen if he ventured away. Ground ball to Yarrington, throw to first in time. Throw over to third, got away from Cook, but not far enough for any more damage. So in to score is Nick Olsen.
You know, another good at bat by Halama. I mean, if he strikes out there, nothing good happens, and put the ball in play.
So one down now, runner on third. We're all even at 3. Pitch is just a little outside. This is Zach Kirsten. He grounded out to third his first time up. Foul ball, out of play. Lands in the parking area behind us. Amanda, this is why I have you move my car way over by that fence. Check swing did not go around.
I think I'd ask on that one.
That's pretty close.
Yeah. Tough for him to see from there.
2 balls and a strike. And there's a strike called. Counts even at 2-2 to Zach Kirsten. And the swing, and he checked his swing that time, and he went. So 2 down. That'll bring up Paul Kirschner, who struck out his first time up. Carson Romehild at third. And pitch misses outside.
Yeah. Zach is really trying to work that outside corner.
He's not getting the call out there.
Not missing by much.
Line shot through the hole and out into left field. Into score is Romehild as Kirschner checks in at first base. So the Bulldogs take a 4-3 lead with 2 down in the 4th inning. 3rd inning. Throw over to first. And they got him picked off at first. Kirschner was picked off. So, for the Bulldogs, they picked up 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. So we've played 2.5. And it's the Bulldogs 4 and the Vikings 3 on NLWN-TV.
American Yard Restoration, now serving the Colfax area. American Yard Restoration specializes in landscaping services, snow removal and fence installation. Emergency services are available. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call for a free estimate. That's American Yard Restoration at 715-217-3031.
The Phoenix are rising. NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to be your home for Chippewa Valley Phoenix semi-pro football. Our next game will be on May 18th, when the Phoenix will face the River City Rough Riders at Carson Park. Follow the Phoenix as they battle their way through the Northern Lights Football League on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-2. That's exciting Chippewa Valley Phoenix football on May 18th.
Leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Vikings is Cade Anderson, who doubled his first time up. Pitches high and away for a ball. Drove in Drew Beekner on that double. And there's a soft liner out into center field for a base hit. A 2-hit day for Cade Anderson.
Great time to get hot.
That'll bring up Mason Yarrington. He grounded to short last time up. Moved the runner over when he did.
Yeah.
Pitch is high, throw down to second, and he's in. Close play, good throw that time by Owen Rydell. Halama looking over at second and now delivers. That's high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. They would love to catch Cade Anderson sleeping out there.
Yeah. I don't think they will.
And there's a foul right into the chest protector of the catcher, Rydell.
You know, Mason Yarrington in that same spot. A great at-bat would be a double in the gap, but a good at-bat would be to get him to third.
High pop, foul out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And there's a high pop-up foul territory, and nobody can get to it. Kirsten and Olsen were giving it a chase, but it was to no avail.
Yeah, great effort.
You know, in every sport we watch the Bulldogs play, there's a lot of hustle on this team.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. Swung on a missed. Strike 3.
That's passed down from the Romeo boys. You know, they demand that and expect that, and that's what they get.
Brings up Zach Hedela. Had an RBI single in the first inning and eventually came around and scored.
Yeah.
And the first pitch is a called strike. And the pitch. That one's in the dirt. And over to third goes Cade Anderson. One ball and 1 strike to Hedela. And the pitch swung on a miss, strike 2. 1 out. This is a good situation for the Vikings. Runner on third with less than 2 outs.
Yep.
And it's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Put the ball in play, see what happens.
Curveball popped up. Out in the outfield, moving over as Leslie makes the catch. And it's a good thing Anderson didn't go because that throw was right on the money.
That was a great throw. Landon Leslie right on the button.
That'll bring up Orion Nichols. Struck out his first time up. 2 down now, runner on third. Pitch is outside for ball 1. And the pitch. That's high for ball 2. And there's a fly ball out into right field. Leslie under it. He makes a catch. So for the Vikings, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. So we've played 3 And it's the Bulldogs 4 and Vikings 3 on NLWN-TV.
Synergy Cooperative, customer-owned, community-minded. Synergy's customers enjoy a wide variety of services, from C-stores with tire and automotive service, agricultural services including feed delivery or pickup at feed mills, to energy with propane delivery directly to you. Synergy Cooperative's customers receive superior customer service. Synergy Cooperative also strives for a strong and loyal presence in the communities they serve in Northwest Wisconsin. Customer-owned, community-minded. That's Synergy Cooperative, here to serve you.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
We're going to the top of the 4th inning. Vikings trail by a run, 4-3.
Yeah, great ball game.
It is so far, yeah.
Yeah.
Due up for the Bulldogs. Wyatt Sell, Landon Leslie, and Zach Hellendrung. Bottom third of the order. Swing and a miss for strike one by Wyatt Sell, who struck out his first time up. Line shot out into center field. And Wyatt Sell is on with a hit. That'll bring up Landon Leslie. Grounded to second. That'd be a tailor-made play this time around.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Turn a 4-6-3 double play. There's a high pop-up foul out of play.
Leslie got some action last inning and made a great throw.
And the pitch just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seems like that happens a lot.
Yeah.
You make a great play in the field and somehow you're up right away in the next inning. That pitch is inside. Two balls and a strike. Hedela at the belt and delivers. It's outside. Three balls and a strike to Landon Leslie. Here's the pitch. There's a grounder over to third. Throw over to first, and they got him there. It moved Wyatt Sell over to second with 1 out. And it'll bring up Zach Hellendrung, who walked his last time up. Tall guy like Hellendrung, you'd think the strike zone would be easy to find. And that pitch got away from Beekner, and over to third goes Sell. Hedela delivers. And that one gets away also. And Sell comes in to score. Bases are now empty as the Bulldogs lead 5-3. The 2-0 pitch. There's a strike called. Hedela much more effective when nobody's on base. And the pitch. Pop foul out of play. Counts even now at 2-2. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. Zach Hellendrung goes down looking. Takes us to the top of the order, Braden Romehild. He's 0 for 2. Got out on an error, scored, and also struck out. That pitch is outside for ball 1. And here's the pitch. That missed outside, ball 2.
Important we keep him off. If he gets on, he runs, and automatic double.
Here's the pitch. There's a called strike. Thigh high. Hila looking in for the sign, starts his windup and the pitch. Just missed the knees. 3 balls and a strike. These Bulldogs don't chase pitches much.
No.
There's a called strike at the letters. Counts full with 2 down. And the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. Arntzen coming in, and he can't get there. And safe at first is Romehild. Arntzen was playing a tad bit deep.
He didn't hit it hard, but right in the right spot. He's going to run early.
Wee Willie Keeler said, hit it where they ain't,
Yeah.
and he did that. Throw over to first. And he's back in.
Hila's quick over to first.
As Paul Kirshner could probably attest to. Here's the pitch. It's high. Throw down to second. And can't be fielded. Throw over to third. And it gets past Cook. He gets up to run, and he's going to score.
Wow. Wow.
So give him credit for a stolen base of second. Then an error on the third baseman, which allowed him to score.
Yeah. Just awesome display of grit, and he just went out and got him a run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That pitch missed to Nick Olson. 2 balls, no strikes. Olson singled his last time up. And that pitch came in about neck high. 3-0. Olson squares and took strike 1.
Yeah, that Romehild, he's been fun to watch. You know, senior, one of them Dunn-St great, good athletes. And
strike 2 call at the knees.
I think if I would have slid into second and slid into third, I wouldn't have had much left.
If I'd have slid into second, it'd be next week before I got up.
Yeah.
That pitch just missed high. So Olson draws his second walk of the game. He's got 3 stolen bases, so look for him to go pretty quick.
Yeah, he's going to run too.
2 down. And he was going to pop foul out of play. Carson Romehild. He's 1 for 2. Got out on an error and then also singled. Came around and scored on that after that single. Throw over to first, and Olson's back. Hila peeks over at first and now delivers. Fouled away. That thunked a car pretty good.
Yeah.
No balls and 2 strikes, and another foul. Dribbles over towards the Viking dugout. Got just enough of it to stay alive. Hidela looking in and delivers. And that got him. Fastball inside, and that had to hurt.
Yeah.
That's the first batter hit by the pitch by Hidela today. And they're going to check him out down there along the first base side. That got the back of his shoulder pretty good.
Yeah. But again, good at bat. He spoiled a good pitch, and, you know, by doing that, got a chance to get on.
And Carson Romehild is a gritty kid.
Yeah.
He stayed in. So runners at first and second. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Devin Halema.
Right at Cade.
And he pulls it in. So for the Bulldogs, they picked up 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 were left on base. So we've played 4 innings, and it's Boyceville 6 and the Vikings 3 on NLWN-TV.
Menominee Eye and Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract or LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eyewear for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality personalized care for you and your family.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do,
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
We're back here at Colfax High School. Rick Olson, Joe Doucette, Amanda Lemler, and Dan Petchow, bringing you all the action of this one between the Colfax Vikings and the down Highway 170 Boyceville Bulldogs. Vikings trail 6-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Due up for the Vikings, Grant Cook, Caleb Bailey, and Connor Arnson. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Cook, strike 1. He struck out his first time up, but hustled down to first when the catcher dropped the ball and beat the throw. There's a chopper foul.
He runs well for a big kid. Great future. Plays a solid third, puts the bat on the ball. And
he's got fair power.
Yeah, plays the game the right way.
Here's the pitch. Pop foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Cook choked up a little bit, and it was high. He's choked up a little on the bat with 2 strikes.
Good pitch, good take.
1-2 pitch is golfed at and scoots it over to short, throw to first, and they got him. He went down and got that one.
Yeah.
So Caleb Bailey grounded to first his last time up. And the pitch is high for a ball. And the pitch. Chopped at the plate. Foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Halama delivers. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. Halama starts his motion. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Chase the high pitch. So 2 down. That'll bring up Connor Arnson, who fouled out to left. Made Olsen have to run quite a ways for it. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over towards second. Scooped up by Sell. Throw to first is in time. So for the Vikings, nothing across. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We've completed 4, and it's the Bulldogs 6, Vikings 3 on NLWN-TV.
Simplify your life. Pleasant Valley Properties in Colfax is a professional property management company that provides affordable housing and homes. They have a friendly professional staff available to help you locate the home that best meets your needs and desires, as well as service staff that maintains the properties. They also offer duplexes for rent as well as seasonal RV sites in several locations, not to mention self-storage facilities. Please feel free to contact Pleasant Valley Properties at 715-226-6200.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
So we head to the top of the 5th inning for the Boyceville Bulldogs. Leading off is Zach Kirsten. He'll be followed by Paul Kirschner and Wyatt Sell. Kirsten is 0 for 2, grounded to third, and struck out. He did pick up an RBI on that ground ball to third. And that pitch is high and away and goes back to the backstop. A ball and a strike to Kirsten. One ball, 1 strike. And that one's low. 2 balls and a strike. And there's a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. And that got him right between the 2s in the back. At least that time it was a curveball that got him. Doesn't hurt quite as much. That's the second out of the last 3 hitters that has been hit by the pitch by Hedela.
Yeah, got to stay away from walks and hit batters.
And going down to second, throw not fielded cleanly by Palowitz as Kirsten gets to second.
And their MO is the run.
Paul Kirschner is up. He's 1 for 2. Singled his last time up, but then got picked off of first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, that one's down low in the dirt, goes back to the backstop and over to third. goes Kirsten. Hedela looks in for the sign and delivers. Strike 3 called. So that's 1 out and brings up Wyatt Sell. He singled his last time up, came around and scored. He's also struck out. Squares to bunt, puts it down the first baseline. Hedela can't pick it up, gets it over to first, and they got him at first. Very close play at first, but it did drive in a run.
Yeah, great bunt.
Yeah, that's a sacrifice bunt.
And the true suicide squeeze, he ran right away. You don't see that a lot.
Pitch is outside. Yeah, it wasn't even a safety squeeze.
No.
Ground ball over to third. Yarrington picks it up, throws it over to first, and it's in time. So the Bulldogs pick up a run on no hits. There were no errors and nobody left on. So we've played 4.5, and it's the Bulldogs 7, Vikings 3 on NLWN-TV.
New construction in need of plumbing or older plumbing in need of repair, Logs Let Plumbing is the one to call, just like these satisfied customers said.
They did all the plumbing in our new build from start to finish. They are dependable, honest, and easy to work with. They even give suggestions for products that are great quality but inexpensive. We put all our trust in Logs Let Plumbing, and they did not disappoint.
A highly skilled plumber, I definitely recommend contacting Logs Let Plumbing for any and all your plumbing needs.
So give Logs Let Plumbing a call at 715-556-1673 and let Logs Let Plumbing get your project flowing.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think. You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad. Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
We're at Colfax High School heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading off for the Vikings is Grant Palowitz, then he'll be followed by the top of the order with Drew Buechner and Cade Anderson.
We talked, Rick. Halama's really settled down. 3 scoreless innings. Much more command.
And the first pitch just missed. Ball 1. Halama delivers, and that's inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Grant Palowitz. Palowitz struck out his first time up. That's a called strike on the outside corner. Halama delivers. That one's in the dirt for ball 3. Hitter's pitch now coming for Grant Palowitz. And a great catch at second base by Sell. A diving catch.
Wow, that was a great play.
So Wyatt Sell gets himself a web gem.
Yeah.
Because that had base hit tagged all over it.
Yeah, Grant hit that hard.
Brings up Drew Beaker, and the pitch is in the dirt.
Yeah, Sell coming off that sacrifice bunt and makes a great play. Great inning.
Beekner flew out to center field his last time up. 1 ball and 1 strike to Beekner. He was also hit by the pitch his first time up. There's a ground ball up the middle into center field, and Buechner is on.
I think he's got a little hit streak going, Drew Buechner.
Yeah, those are the numbers I don't have to go back and look and see how many. Cade Anderson at the plate. He's had a 2-hit day. Throw over to first. Buechner's back. The ball got away. Buechner heads down to second. And he's going to round it and look to third, but no, he stays at second. I think that's an error on the pitcher because the throw was down low.
Yeah.
And the pitch. Low and inside.
Good stop by Rydell.
So Cade Anderson doubled and scored. Then he singled his last time up. Check swing, strike called. Buechner looking to get to third. And the pitch to Anderson. It's high for a ball.
Good take.
2 balls and a strike. Pitch is high. And the pitch. That's a called strike. So the count is full now to Cade Anderson. Buechner on second. Halama throws and Anderson swings and misses for strike 3. That'll bring up Mason Yarrington, who's 0 for 2. He grounded to short and struck out. Base hit on the grass in the outfield. Runner goes, throw down to third and in safely. He got a heck of a jump that time.
Yeah. He can really run.
So now runner on third with 1 out, or 2 out. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes to Mason Yarrington. And the pitch. Chopped foul. Hit it down in the dirt and it bounced back up and got Mason while he was still in the box. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball.
I hit it
over
hard.
To first. Yeah. So the Vikings threaten but do not score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And we have finished 5 with the Bulldogs 7 and the Vikings 3 on NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, and we have a new rump on the bump for the Vikings, and it's Orion Nichols. He picked up the save on Tuesday against Spring Valley. That moves Zach Hedela over to short, and Mason Yarrington goes over to first. So Hedela went 5 innings. He gave up 7 runs, and I believe 6 of them were earned. I'm double checking that, but I believe so. No, 5 of them were earned. And leading off is Zach Hellendrung. Struck out his last time up. And the first pitch is fouled off on the left side, out of play.
Big, strong kid. He's played a nice first base today too, Rick.
Yeah, he's been really solid over there.
Yeah, busy.
Nichols delivers. That's high for a ball. There's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Zach Hellendrung.
Nice curveball.
And it's a foul ball down the third base line. Here's the pitch. That's outside. Counts even at 2-2. Or check. Yes, 2-2. Finishing the numbers for Hedela, 5 innings, 7 runs, 5 were earned. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's missed. Count goes full. He only walked 3, struck out 7. Here's the pitch. Line shot, foul. No, he marked it fair. You know, I've seen other umpires say it doesn't matter where the third baseman's feet are. It's where the ball is, and I thought for sure Cook was reaching into foul territory when that ball hit his glove.
Tough call.
So they give him a base hit.
Yeah, he hit it hard.
That brings Braden Romhild. And the first pitch is a strike. Romhild is 1 for 3. Singled his last time up, came around to score. And the 0-1 pitch just missed.
He had that gritty 2-out run where he stole, just hustled his way around.
Nichols delivers. And that pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. That's a strike called. Throw down to second, and it's a little bit high. So Hellendrung gets a stolen base. And I'll be honest with you, Joe, I'll bet he doesn't have a ton of those.
No.
Because he had some opportunities on those earlier pitches, and he didn't take off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Strike 3 called to Braden Romhild.
Yeah.
That's the second time he's struck out today. That'll bring up Nick Olson. He's singled in his only official time at the plate. He's also walked twice. And that pitch just barely missed.
That looked good.
Again, we don't have a good angle on in and out, but it was right thigh high. And the pitch. That's high and away. 2 balls, no strikes. To Nick Olson. And the pitch. And that also missed. 3 balls, no strikes. Nichols delivers. He shows bunt, and it's called strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now it's a hitter's pitch for Nick Olson. And the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Nichols has worked the count back full. He's at the belt. And the payoff pitch. Line shot out into center field. Anderson tries to make a diving catch, can't make it. And so it's a base hit by Nick Olson. And Hellendrung had to hold up to see if Anderson would make the catch. And so he only got as far as third base. And we're going to have a conference at the mound.
Great effort by Anderson. I thought he had it.
I thought so, but that was a diving attempt.
Yeah. He plays great center field.
It's really hard to charge a center fielder with an error on a dive like that.
Oh, no.
Now, I suspect that this is more a defensive discussion out on the mound.
Tell you, Boyceville puts a lot of pressure on your defense to do everything right.
So they have runners on the corner. Hellendrung is on third, and Nick Olson is on first. 1 out. Carson Romehild at the plate.
Yeah, I thought maybe they'd get in a pickle. Yeah.
So he went down to second, Olson did. And there's a strike called.
Boy, Nichols threw that hard.
No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. That one missed high. Runners at second and third now. And the pitch. Ground ball over to short. Hedela can't find the handle, and they're safe all the way around.
That's a tough play. Olson cut in front of him. I think he took away a vision for a little bit. I've had that happen a few times.
You used to play that shortstop position, didn't you? And actually, that's part of base running.
Yeah.
As Romehild heads down to second.
He hesitated, stayed in front of Zach, and made it a lot tougher play.
Two balls. And the pitch is fouled away, so now it's 2-1.
Halema was a little upset, thought it was a pitch he could do more with.
Nichols at the belt, and he delivers. Pitch was outside. He's at the belt and delivers. Check swing foul. Halama's 0 for 3. He did pick up an RBI when he grounded to second.
Yeah, big spot if we're going to hang in there, Rick.
Here's the pitch. Pop-up foul. Beekner gives it chase, but it's back behind the bleachers. Full count to Devin Halama. Nichols delivers. And a fly ball out into center field. Anderson is under it. Makes the catch. Tagging and coming in to score is Helendrung. Or check that, that's Nick Olson.
Sacrifice fly and RBI.
So Halama had a productive out.
Yeah, got the job done.
Romehild stayed at second. And stepping to the plate is Zach Karsten, who was thumped in the back his last time up.
There he goes.
And foul ball. So he gets to go back. Kirsten is 0 for 2. Grounded to third, struck out prior to getting hit in the back. Here's the pitch. Strike called. No balls, 2 strikes. Romehill takes his lead at second. He's going, and it's a ground ball foul down the first baseline. And the reaction by Romehild as he was standing on third, he got a great jump that time, and the ball went foul, and he put his hands on his knees and hung his head and shook it like, oh man, I got to go back. And the pitch, that just missed outside.
Great pitch.
And that was a good chase pitch.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And the throw down to third, and Romehild is in safely. Finally, he gets to stay at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And time called. Now stepping back in is Kirsten. Ryan Nichols delivers. Curveball missed outside, and the count goes full. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's high and away for ball 4. He didn't want to lose him, but he did. So runners on the corners with Paul Kirschner coming up. He's 1 for 3. Single to left, but then got picked off of first, and he also struck out twice. Throw over to first, and back in time is Kirsten. With 2 down, throw back to first. And again, Kirsten's back in. Nichols at the belt, and he delivers. Swung on a missed, and down to second goes Kirsten.
Just keep pressuring you. Just run. Got to do everything right.
The 0-1 pitch. That's high, counts even at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2.
You know, as a pitcher, you're always worried about them running, and it takes away your focus on the batter.
And the pitch and foul back out of play. Dan was watching that one pretty closely. It was heading kind of in the direction of his car. And the pitch. That was a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. 2 on. And the pitch. Outside. Count goes full. And the pitch. Check swing. Ball 4. Loads the bases. That'll bring up Wyatt Sell. He's hit a sacrifice fly his last time up to drive in a run. He's also singled and scored and struck out.
Yeah, I think he had the bunt.
You're right, that was a sacrifice bunt.
Yeah. Good bunt. Then he backed it up with a diving play.
And the pitch. High fly ball, foul territory, and Yarrington chases it until he got to the fence. No balls, 2 strikes. Nichols delivers. Pitches outside. Nichols looks in for the sign. Works from the windup with the bases loaded. Swung on a miss for strike 3. So for the Bulldogs, they picked up 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and the bases were left filled. So we have played 5.5. And it's the Boyceville Bulldogs 9 and the Vikings 3 on NLWN-TV.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slayton's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
To be able to do something like that is going to take a lot of people. It's not going to be, 1 or 2 people to put a cabin together like this.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin. Please consider donating. Every dollar received is greatly appreciated and will have a positive impact on the lives of the veterans we serve. Individual, family, and corporate sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
Once the cabin is built, it's just going to be such a relaxing place to go.
And speaking of relaxing places to go, we're sitting here at the ballpark. It doesn't get better than this. When the sun is out, it's actually pretty warm here. Then it ducks behind a cloud and it cools down a little bit. Vikings trailing as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning, 9-3. And the first pitch is up high to Zach Hedela. Hedela's 1 for 2 today. Singled and scored his first time up and then flew out to right field. And that pitch missed high. 3-0 is the count. And that one's in the dirt. So Hedel is on first. First pitch or second pitch do you think he's going, Joe?
Yeah, we'll see. With the big lead, I'm not sure, but...
Well, it'll be hard to put an anchor on Zach and keep him at first. Here's the pitch. It's high and away for a ball.
They definitely can't make it out on the bases, though.
Right.
Yeah.
And Rydell does have a good throw down to second. And the pitch is fouled away to Orion Nichols.
The Vikings got to string some things together. Get a couple hits in a row.
Nichols is 0 for 2.
Yeah, good
Struck
hitter.
out and flew to right.
There he goes. Yeah.
There's a pop foul out of play.
Coach Secra decided to run.
One ball, 2 strikes. And the
There he
pitch.
goes.
There's a fly ball out into center field, and they're not going to get to this one. It goes back near the fence. Hedela rounding third. He's coming. Oh, no, they put the stop sign on. It's probably a good thing they did. But Orion Nichols with a nice double out to center field.
I hit it well.
He got Braden Romehill a little twisted around out there.
Yeah, with his great speed, he likes to play shallow.
So Grant Cook is at the plate. And the first pitch was a called strike. That one is inside, I think. I'm not sure. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. That missed. 2 balls and a strike. Well, scoreboard says 1 and 2. Swing and a miss for strike 3, so it must have been.
Scoreboard was right.
Pat Plummer behind the plate has
He's a lefty.
different balls and strike calls.
Yeah.
Caleb Bailey at the plate. He's 0 for 2. And the pitch, that's high for a ball. Vikings have 2 runners on with 1 out. Hedela on third, Orion Nichols on second.
Almost
ground ball down to third, throw to the plate, and Hedela's in a rundown. And they got him at third. So Caleb Bailey gets on a fielder's choice. That was 5-2 to 5.
Tough spot for Hedela. A lot of guys just get the out at first, but he decided to go home.
And there's a called strike to Connor Arnson, 0 for 2. And the ball's in the dirt for a ball.
Yep, good stop by Rydell.
1 ball, 1 strike. There's a shot out towards right center field, and making the catch is Leslie. So for the Vikings in the bottom of the 6th inning, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. So we've played 6, and it's the Bulldogs 9 and the Vikings 3 on NLWN-TV.
Banking on relationships.
When you hear the word free, do you automatically become just a little suspicious? At Dairy State Bank, our free checking is just that, free. You receive a free debit card, unlimited check writing, no minimum balance, and no monthly fees. Plus, online and mobile banking is free. For more information, visit dairystatebank.com or stop in at any of our 12 locations. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes.
So we head to the 7th inning. Ryan Nichols on the mound for the Vikings. The Vikings need to shut down Boyceville in the top half of the inning and then put something together in the bottom half and make a spectacular rally and comeback.
Yeah. You almost think we had to score last inning, and we just couldn't do it.
And they came close.
Yeah, second and third.
So stepping to the plate for the Bulldogs is Landon Leslie. He's 0 for 3. Hits a ground ball to Hedela and throw over to first, and it's in time. He's grounded out all 4 times he came up.
Yeah.
Brings up Zach Hellendrung. He is 1 for 2. Singled on a real tough play over at third base. There's a chopper right out on the third base side of the mound, and Nichols fires it high over to first, and Hellendrung is going to check into second. I think that will probably go as a hit and an error.
I was just going to say the same thing. That's what I would have scored it at. Well, Ryan made a nice play. He got out there quick and just threw it a little high.
But it would have been awfully tough to make that play.
I think he was safe.
We have a pinch runner out there, and I believe it's Traylon Thorson. So Thorson out at second. And the pitch. And that got Braden Romehild in the leg. So Romehild heads down to first. He was 1 for 4 coming into that at bat. Brings up Nick Olson, who's 2 for 2. And a couple of walks. Pitches outside. Runners at first and second. And the pitch. Strike called. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out. Nichols at the belt and delivers. Fouled. Evidently. It was a swinging strike one way or another, but it must have been fouled because there was no attempt to advance by either runner when it got past Beekner. So a ball and 2 strikes. Pitch is high. Counts even at 2-2.
You know, the Vikings got to keep battling, keep trying to do great fundamentals, and, you know, you never know.
Here's the pitch. That's a fly ball out into center field, and Anderson ranges over and makes the catch.
Nice play.
2 down. Runners had to hold, and it's going to bring up Carson Romehild. He is 1 for 3. He's gotten on an error twice. Singled and scored, and was also hit by the pitch. So he's been on base every time. Throw over to second, and back in safely is Thorson. Runners take their leads. Nichols delivers, and it missed. 1 ball, no strikes. Ryan Nichols fires it and missed again. 2 balls. And the pitch. That's down in the dirt. Buechner had a little trouble finding it, but found it. Three balls, no strikes. Nichols delivers. And that's ball 4. You know, I was watching Nichols on his delivery. His lead foot is coming down at about a 45-degree angle. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 1 by Devin Halama. And the pitch.
Ooh.
That didn't miss by much.
No.
Halama's 0 for 3. He did have a sacrifice fly his last time up. That pitch is in the dirt, but nobody goes anywhere. Buechner chased it down quickly.
Good block.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Bases are loaded. And the pitch. Ground ball to Hidala. Picks it up, throws to first, and they got him. So, for the Bulldogs, no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error, and 3 were left on base. So we've played 6.5, and it's Boyceville 9 and the Vikings 3 on NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
So we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and there's a new rump on the bump for the Bulldogs. And it's Zach Hellendrung. He re-enters the game to go to the pitching spot.
Yeah, Halama did a good job. He really settled down after that first inning and really kept us at bay.
In fact, 6 innings pitched, gave up 3 runs. 2 of them were earned.
Yeah.
On 4 hits, did not walk anybody, and struck out 6. So, getting ready to lead the comeback for the Vikings is Grant Palowitz. He's 0 for 2. One of those was a line drive that caught by Sell out at short.
Yeah. Hellendrung throwing hard right away.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is high for ball 2. A lot more baseball action coming this weekend. Swing and a miss. Counts even at 2-2. With Eau Claire Cavalier baseball scheduled for Saturday up in Spooner, and then Sunday a doubleheader up in Chippewa Falls against the Tilden Tigers. Pop up out of play, foul. And then, of course, don't forget we've got football action coming for you on Saturday as well over on our sister station, NLWN-2. And there's another foul back to the screen. In fact, that ought to be a heck of a football game on Saturday. Chippewa Valley Phoenix facing the defending national champion River City Rough Riders. Two balls, two strikes, and the pitch is outside for ball three.
Nice at bat, hanging in there, Palowitz. Work his way on, maybe.
Halima delivers, or not Halima, it was Helendrung, and
tough pitch, yeah.
Rydell dropped the ball, but then tagged Palowitz out. So one down, brings up Drew Beekner. He is 1 for 2 today. Singled his last time up, got as far as third base.
I think it's
there's
off his
a ground
foot,
ball
off his foot.
Picked up by Helendrung, tosses over to first.
Yeah, it's off his foot.
So it's a foul ball because he was still in the batter's box.
Yeah.
Smart play, though, by Helendrung to pick it up and make the play at first. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike two.
He's throwing hard.
No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. That'll bring up Cade Anderson representing the last chance for the Vikings. Anderson's 2 for 3 today. Doubled and singled. Scored a run. And the first pitch is a called strike. And the pitch. That one's in the dirt. One ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. It's high for ball 2. And there's a diving catch at first. Another web gem, this time by Halima. And that will do it. So for the Vikings, they had no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Final score is the Boyceville Bulldogs 9, Vikings 3. Bulldogs had 9 runs on 8 hits. They committed 3 errors. Vikings 3 runs on 4 hits. And the Vikings committed, let's see here. I'm counting them up real quick here. They had 4 errors.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
So 3 runs on 4 hits, 4 errors. That final score once again, Boyceville 9 and the Vikings 3, and we'll have a complete rundown on Viking Download right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Thank you for joining us for today's Colfax Vikings baseball game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. This has been presented for the private listening and viewing use of the tuned-in audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in any form without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network, LLC, and Colfax High School is strictly prohibited. Stay tuned! Coming up next is Viking Download, where we take a look back at today's Colfax Viking game.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Time now for Viking Download with a talk about today's Colfax Viking baseball game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, where the Vikings have dropped their Dunn-St. Croix Conference final game to the Boyceville Bulldogs by the score of 9-3. And we should have manager Kirk Secraw coming over in a little bit, but he's talking to his boys right now.
Yeah.
The Vikings, again, picked up 3 runs on 4 hits. They committed 4 errors, and the Bulldogs had 9 runs on 8 hits. They committed 3 errors. The winning pitcher was Devin Halama.
Yeah, he really come back, yeah.
He threw 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned on 4 hits, did not walk anybody, and struck out 6. And Zach Hellendrun came in to finish things up in the 7th inning with 1 inning, no runs, no hits, did not walk anybody, and struck out 2. For the Vikings, the losing pitcher was Zach Hedela. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 7 runs, 5 of which were earned on 5 hits. He walked 3, struck out 7. And Orion Nichols threw 2 innings, gave up 2 runs, 1 was earned on 3 hits and 3 walks, and struck out 2.
Yeah.
So, aside from the runs that were given up, Hedela was throwing around the plate the whole day. He just...
Yeah.
Darn it, the Boyceville Bulldogs are a good team.
Yeah, they are. They are. They just put so much pressure on you, and I think that, the bright spot is that we know Yarrington or Hedela could beat anybody, when they throw strikes, and we play good D behind them, and we battled, and a lot of good things.
So we should have Coach Secraw over to talk to us in just a couple moments, and we'll take this time out while we wait for him to arrive, as you're tuned to Viking Download on NLWN-TV.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame. Our next game will be on Saturday, May 18th, as the Cavaliers take on the Spooner Cardinals from Merchant Park in Spooner. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:30, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV on Saturday, May 18th.
The Phoenix are rising. NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to be your home for Chippewa Valley Phoenix semi-pro football. Our next game will be on May 18th, when the Phoenix will face the River City Rough Riders at Carson Park. Follow the Phoenix as they battle their way through the Northern Lights Football League on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-2. That's exciting Chippewa Valley Phoenix football on May 18th.
NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to take you out to the ballpark for Colfax Viking baseball. Our next game will be on Tuesday, May 21st, when the Vikings wrap up their 2024 regular season by hosting the Cochran Fountain City Pirates in a non-conference matchup. Our coverage begins with the Bullpen Show, where we'll warm you up for baseball action starting at 4:40 p.m. That's Colfax High School baseball on Tuesday, May 21st.
And we're back here at Colfax High School with Viking Download, talking with Viking manager Kirk Secraw. And Kirk, that's a tough one to drop at the last our conference game of the season. Let's make sure your mic is turned on there. Just push that little button forward. There you go.
All right, am I good?
You're good.
I mean, like I told the kids, I go, you played 3 good innings and then 3 not so good innings, and then kind of the last inning was just kind of a wash. They did to us what we usually do to other teams. They ran on us, and we threw the ball around. Way too many free bases tonight. We got to get better at holding our runners. I mean, that will be a lot of our practice tomorrow, is holding on to holding the runner. So,
in fact, they had 14 stolen bases.
Yep.
And some of those were uncontested.
Yep, because we did not hold, and we did not even give Drew a chance half the time.
And they also, they hit the ball reasonably well, 8 hits, and but they picked up 9 runs. But of those 9 runs,
I would say
6 of them were earned.
Yeah, well, that's not bad then.
So,
but yeah, I mean, they ran all over us tonight, plain and simple.
Well, they're a good team too.
Yep. I mean, they're the 4 seed, so I mean, in our bracket, so
full of good athletes, some guys, and they all can run.
Yeah, even their big guy, I think he stole 2 bases on us. And I mean, with Orion tonight, I mean, I kind of got on him a little bit. He's a lefty. He should be throwing over there and picking kids off. I mean, I don't even know how many on him tonight, because they just would go the high leg kick, no slide step. So, I mean, that hurts when we don't do the stuff that we know how to do.
Yeah, I can understand your frustration on that. But you've got another chance to tune things up before the tournaments start with Cochran Fountain City. I'm assuming that's still good to go next Tuesday?
It's still good to go on Tuesday.
What do you know about them,
I
Coach?
don't really know anything.
Yeah.
I know that they're just a young team and they wanted a game, so we said, yep, we'll play you. So, and it will be good to just get another game in before our playoff game. We'll do stuff kind of a little different, kind of with Mason and Zach throwing. They're not going to throw very much, maybe 1 inning or 25 pitches or something like that, just so they're not wore out for our playoff game. So,
and just enough to keep them sharp.
Yep. And then you might see a couple kids at different positions too, just because Drew's caught a lot. You know, Connor Arnson might be back there a little bit just to give him some more rest too. So
we still think that Yarrington and Hedela could beat anybody on a good night. And,
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Mason's been throwing well.
Yeah.
Zach didn't throw bad tonight. He just ran out of pitches, so.
Yeah. And we like that Nichols kid. We think he's going to be a horse by the time he's done. And great experience.
Like we said all year. I mean, you look from 5 down, it's sophomore and freshmen. I mean, they're growing up, but we'd like them to grow a little faster. So
it can never happen fast enough, can it?
Exactly.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you. Long season this year with a record of 5-9 in the conference, but you get to right the ship a little on Tuesday and then head into the tournaments and have everybody feel good.
Yeah, exactly.
Make a run.
Yeah, I mean, we practiced good yesterday, so.
Yeah.
I thought it would be a little more competitive today, but they ran around on us like we do the other teams. So
well, it's like
that will be what we're working on.
It's like the comment that I mentioned in the pregame show today, that in the bullpen, that if the Vikings can figure out a way to keep the pitching strong, and you've had decent pitching.
Yep, I mean, our ERA is
and your bats are showing some life, and they didn't after the first couple innings today, but they did tonight. And if you can clean up that fielding stuff, I think you guys could be very dangerous.
Yep. And I mean, Grant Palowitz, I mean, he's getting some at-bats now, and he's looking decent. I mean, that kid laid out at second. That was a phenomenal play.
You had two guys get robbed of base hits like that tonight.
Yep, which, hey, it will come. Hopefully it will come on next Thursday.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on Viking Download, and right after this timeout, we'll be back with some final thoughts on Viking Download on NLWN-TV.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
And we're back here on Viking Download. Joe, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, just like we said, Rick, that we got off to a good start, and we answered a little bit, and then Halima just settled down a little bit, and their ability to run really, knocked us out there, and I like this team. They're going to battle, and wouldn't surprise me to see them win a couple here and see what happens. But I really think that Yarrington and Hedela give us a nice 1-2 punch, and we can play with anybody on a good night.
And so we're just going to have to hope for the best. I think Coach Secra has a good plan in place to maybe just give them a little bit just to stay sharp, and then work on the things that they need to work on going into the tournaments. And then who knows? Come tournament time, who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah. So I think that top of the order's got to just get hot at the same time, and they're all great kids with great attitudes, and if them five start rolling, and boy, you never know.
And baseball is very funny that way.
Yeah, streaky game.
So make sure you join us on Tuesday right here on NLWN-TV. That's May 21st, and of course that's weather permitting, when the Vikings will host the Cochrane Fountain City Pirates. The bullpen show will begin at 4:40 with live play-by-play to follow. Also join us on our sister station, NLWN-2, on Saturday the 18th, as we'll bring you Chippewa Valley Phoenix semi-pro football. The Phoenix will be taking on the defending national champion River City Rough Riders at Carson Park in Eau Claire. Pre-game show Phoenix Rising will begin at 4:30 with live play-by-play to follow. And that's Chippewa Valley Phoenix football on NLWN2 on Saturday. And right here on NLWN-TV on Saturday, we're going to bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers as they travel up to Spooner to take on the Spooner Cardinals, and that'll be from Merchants Park in Spooner. The In the Dugout show will begin at 12:30 p.m., followed by live play-by-play action. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Saturday, May 18th on NLWN-TV. Hey, congratulations to this year's Colfax High School seniors on their week of graduation. The graduation ceremony will be tomorrow at 7:15. Also, best of luck to the Colfax Vikings softball team as they head into the WIAA tournament play next week. Tonight's Colfax Viking baseball game has been brought to you by H&H Plumbing, C&K Construction, Kyle's Market in Colfax, Dairy State Bank, American Yard Restoration of Colfax, Whitetail Golf, Midwest Environmental Consultants, Synergy Co-op in Colfax, Anderson Bridges, Pleasant Valley Properties, Slayton's Technology, the IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network, Menominee Eye and Optical, Logslet Plumbing, Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, and Transport Garage in Altoona. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking Baseball on NLWN-TV. So, for Joe Doucette and Amanda Lemler, Dan Petschow on the camera, this is Rick Olson. Final score once again, Boyceville Bulldogs 9, Vikings 3. You've been tuned to Viking Download on NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Viking Download with a talk about today's Colfax Viking baseball game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.